As we mentioned before, the Turkish Get Up is not only the exercise that strengthens your entire body, but it also exposes any weaknesses you might have. One of the biggest weaknesses that people notice when they perform the Turkish Get Up is the overhead lunge, this part. And no wonder. It requires tremendous amount of shoulder mobility and glute strength in order to come up in a straight line rather than leaning forward and caving down. Because of the strength requirement of this exercise, we're going to start practicing it early. So we're going to start working on our Turkish Get Up from the bottom up and from the top down.
Even though the lunge is step 6 of the Get Up, we begin to practice it now, because it takes time to learn to perform it correctly, especially with a kettlebell hanging over your head. One of the most important parts of the lunge is that your torso must stay vertical and your back is straight at all times. Also, you must maintain a 90-degree angle at both knees in the bottom position, with your back foot landing softly on the toes. To stay balanced, keep your feet hip-width apart at all times. Your feet must be parallel to each other, with toes pointing forward at all times. We will now address some common errors. First, back foot landing on the heel versus back foot landing on the toes. Here's what it looks like when back foot lands on the heel, and this is when back foot lands on the toe. Heel landing is weaker, more unstable, and risks Achilles tendon injury. Landing softly on the toe builds strength and is a more stable and safe landing. Next, mincing steps versus bending your knees at 90 degrees. Mincing steps means taking very short steps, and correct lunge requires 90-degree bend at both knees. Mincing steps is a weak position that puts too much pressure on the knee and risks knee injury. Lunging a correct length is a strong position, uses glutes, and is much safer on the knees. Next common error is feet in line versus feet hip-width apart. Lunging with your feet one behind the other is a recipe for instability. It's not what you want with a heavy kettlebell over your head. Instead, make sure that your feet are hip-width apart at all times. Imagine that you're standing on railroad tracks. This is a more stable position. Next error is common and very dangerous. It's being duck-footed versus keeping your feet parallel. Duck-footedness is turning your toes out. It is unstable and creates a huge risk of knee injuries. While ballet dancers practice duck-footedness for aesthetics, it has no place in lifting. For stability, safety, and correct glute activation, keep your feet parallel in lunging, walking, and running. Also, keep your knees in line with your toes. And finally, leaning torso versus vertical torso will make or break your Turkish Get Up. Collapsing forward makes Turkish Get Ups pretty much impossible. In addition, it's a weak and unstable position that results in tight hips and risks back injury. If you achieved competence in split squats during practice 1, you will find keeping your torso vertical much easier. This position is strong, stable, it engages your glutes, stretches your hips, and makes Turkish Get Ups possible.
Hi, my name is Kat. In this online video course, you will learn how to correctly perform the Turkish Get Up.
The Get Up is the perfect lifelong fitness solution for a busy minimalist. It delivers all body strength, mobility, and joint health in just 10 minutes per day. This course consists of step-by-step lessons and follow-along workouts that you can complete at your own pace. It is designed to guide a total beginner towards excellent kettlebell technique. If you want to build your strongest get-up and have a healthy, anti-fragile body for life, fitness and sport, then this course is for you.